I have been in tears for the last 2 years trying to meet my daughter, and she has never let me once talk to her or see her.
When I talked to him and told him I was pregnant.
I have had to create a fake Facebook account just to see pictures of Elena.
As Webb lay on his hospital bed, the woman abandoned him, leaving him to die, and returned to her original husband. Even when she became pregnant, knowing full well that Webb was the biological father of her daughter, she kept him from seeing his child.
I have drove from Illinois whenever she told me that I could meet Elena. I spent the last $80 I had to put in gas. She had backed out, changed her phone number. I have planned to meet her in Dyersburg, Tennessee, which is a big town, just so I can meet Elena out in public.
And what's wrong with that?
I'm afraid that he's going to end up taking my daughter, and there's nothing I can do to get her back.
The woman continued to lie, worried that if her husband found out the child wasn't his, he would leave her. Her selfishness kept the daughter away from her real father for 2 years. It's truly horrifying. Her husband did everything he could to prevent Webb from building a relationship with his daughter.
Now, this is our child, not yours, and I will fight you for full custody. And until the DNA comes back showing that he is the father, he will not see her.
I will fight.
When the DNA results were revealed, Webb's tears were heartbreaking. But the woman's selfishness was laid bare for all to see.
That her biological father is Mr. Webb.
He won't see my daughter.
Be clear, you did not just cheat him. You cheated her.
And I'm afraid I'm going to lose my husband and my family over this.
Well, this is my point. You're thinking about yourself.
He paid child support for a decade, raised a daughter who wasn't his, trusted a woman who lied every step of the way. Now she's facing jail. This isn't a rare mistake. It's paternity fraud. And it's more common than you think.
You spent 5 years in prison for failing to pay child support for the defendant, Ms. Sears' son, Dylan.
That's right.
Mr. Manser, you are not
Oh, God.
his father.
5 years in prison.
You know who his father is.
Yes, I talk to him still.
She should be convicted of some crime.
I should not. I didn't.
That
Mr.
is
Manser.
fraud.
Paternity fraud doesn't begin in courtrooms. It begins in bedrooms, in delivery rooms, in whispered assurances, and carefully withheld truths. It thrives in silence, feeding off the assumption that no one would dare question a mother. And when they do, it weaponizes guilt, emotion, and societal expectations.
You bonded with a little child that you believed and had no reason not to believe.
Yeah.
Was yours. How long did you have with the child?
From when she was born, it was 18 months, approximately.
And the amount of bonding you do with the baby in 18 months.
Yeah. Bearing in mind that was like at lockdown as well, so it was, you know, giving her a feed, and I was working from home as well, so I was constantly around that child. The bond just got stronger and stronger. I come home one day and I just got a hand-delivered letter from my ex, and it literally was stating about a laboratory error, and on the letter it said about a peace of mind test as well to be done. So I followed the instructions of that, and then that's when I decided to complete 2 tests, and both of them come back that I weren't the father.
She told him the child was his. No hesitation, no second thought, just certainty. And he believed her, because love makes belief easy. The dates lined up, the emotions were real. So he did what good men do. He signed the birth certificate, paid the bills, showed up to every milestone, and poured his soul into fatherhood. But what he didn't know was that he was never part of the real plan. He was a placeholder, a provider, a backup in case the real father didn't show.
I have been married for 51 years, got 2 sons, needed to take a test, found out something interesting. They ain't my kids. There's somebody else's. I do wish I knew who the real fathers were. And they ain't the same. She was bopping a couple of different guys. I mean, I stayed with her for the sake of the children. I've been in court thousands of times in paternity suits. And 4 out of 5 times, guy says he ain't the daddy, he's right. I'll go home, start drafting up some divorce papers. I'll need to go get your own paternity test.
And here we go again. But this time it's coming from a judge that's been married for over half a century. He needed his sons to get tested for a kidney transplant. And in doing so, he discovered that both of his sons do not belong to him. Both of them. Now look at the age of this man. He said he's going to go home and draw up divorce papers. Imagine getting divorced at that age because you find out the children that you've loved for 40 plus years are not yours. And this man also has grandchildren and great-grandchildren. None of them share his DNA. So imagine becoming 70 plus years old and you think you have a whole legacy built of all these people that are now here on earth because of your DNA. But it's not. And he even alluded to the fact that both children might have also come from different men. Imagine that. In his video, he also stated that he presided over thousands of paternity cases. And that in 4 out of 5 of those cases, that the father was not the biological father. 4 out of 5. We need more laws protecting men from this maneuver. This is fraud and should be taken quite seriously. Much like the cuckoo bird that lays an egg in another bird's nest in order to dupe the host into raising the hatchling as their own. Far too many women are doing the same to men. I'm going to say it again. Get your kids swabbed, guys. As this judge said in the longer version of his video, you cannot go by looks. If this judge had found out earlier, he could have left her, remarried, had his own children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and built an authentic legacy. I doubt for a moment this judge would have ever thought he would be on this side of the fence. Duplicitous behavior is rampant, and you don't want to become the victim of that. It gets even better. This is great news.
All right, men, it's our time. Our time has come. Ladies, your time has come too. Guess what? Maternity fraud is now legally a crime, and if a man is forced to pay child support for a child that was not his, ladies, you now owe the entirety of all that child support back to that man. The man gets asked for a paternity test, and that child is not his, which, by the way, 30% of the time it isn't. If that man can prove infidelity, which means you cheated, you may owe the entirety of all that child support back. And if you cannot pay it back, you are going straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Ladies are now being held accountable for their actions. I feel like the female kind is going to absolutely despise this.
I hear it's Tennessee, potentially also Florida and Texas. But I bet you a lot of ladies in those states are shaking in their boots right now. Owing the money back, that's how it should be. Jail time, that's how it should be. Because this is a crime. This is a crime against men and also a crime against humanity. Because every child needs to know who their biological father is. Additionally, innocent men that are not the father, do not need to be having their salaries garnished, going to jail for children that are not theirs. And please, let's make this nationwide. Be sure to vote correctly next year. And as I said in my last vid, guys, get those DNA tests done. Swab those kids. You do not want to be chained to a child for the rest of your life that is not yours. I believe we need to abolish no-fault divorce because it gives women the ability to do whatever they want to do in a relationship, bring whatever kind of babies home. Women need to be held criminally accountable for these types of crimes. And yes, they are crimes. How many of us are aware of children being raised by a man and we know that's not his child? But the thing is, many people will not interfere because they don't want to hurt the child, the family, the situation. This has been swept under the rug for too long, and I'm glad the government is getting involved in it.
Some men find out years later, and when they do, it destroys everything. He wasn't just a father figure. He was a convenience, a financial lifeline, a narrative filler. While she carried on, he built his entire life around a lie. The child grows up confused, their identity torn, a man's purpose shattered, and yet society still asks him to show restraint, to keep quiet, to not ruin the family.
So you were behind my back?
Yeah, I'm grown. I'm old enough now. I feel like I got the right to do that. So I just wanted to get a test and see what is my daddy.
And so you called him?
Yeah, I called him. He was like, he thought I was his son. So that means that...
We don't see nothing funny.
Nah.
But see, I told you that was your dad. First of all, that is your dad. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who you took the test with and what you had going on, but that's your daddy.
Yeah. It sounds good, but look, I'm just saying.
It sounds good.
Nah, that's the result. The result say what it say now. I can't lie. I can't fake no results. Now, if you had something going on, then the man that was my daddy...
First of all, you didn't have no business going behind my back. That's what you didn't have no business doing.
Yeah, but I just feel like I ain't had no bond with him like that. Like, I knew something was off. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I wanted to go get my results and see what's going on.
Let me tell you something.
It's okay. You know, I'm old enough, I understand. Now, if my real dad ain't want to take care of me, you know what I'm saying? And
see, some things are better left unsaid.
Oh, okay.
You should just left it like it was. I ain't tell you, I told you that was your daddy. You should have went right on with it all these years. You 18 years old, 19 years old now. It's no sense in trying to go behind my back and figure it out. You too old now.
But the damage spreads further. A child raised on fiction now has to rewrite their entire sense of self. The man who raised them may disappear. The truth becomes a burden, not a resolution. And all of it stems from one lie. One decision to fake fatherhood for convenience or gain.
Mr. Hudson, you are not his father.
I wanna take you somewhere, you know I care.
Mr. Davis, you are not his father. Neither one of them. This courtroom is in shock. This is not what anyone expected today. Mr. Hudson, how do you feel right now?
Hurt, betrayed.
Mr. Davis?
I'm glad to know your lifestyle is not fair to your child. I really thought he was mine.
You don't know who your child's father is.
No.
This is a top-tier level of waywardness, I'm not going to lie. Because tell me why a young lady will get knocked out by multiple guys on daily and weekly basis, to the point that she is now pregnant, she now has a child, but cannot say that this is the father of the child. Is that not shamelessness at its peak? Is that not waywardness at its peak? Because there are a lot of factors to put into consideration before you dive into this kind of lifestyle. Now look at this young boy. He's now going to be a mockery, to his fellow children, because obviously men will always joke. I can only imagine the level of trauma this child will go through growing up. You don't even know his father. You cannot point one person and say that he is the father of this child. Are you supposed to be alive?
But the truth always finds a way out. A DNA test, a slip-up, a question asked too late, and suddenly, the lie unravels. The betrayal becomes legal. This isn't just about broken hearts anymore, it's about fraud. Courts are starting to wake up. Perjury, falsification, identity manipulation. These aren't just emotional crimes, they're felonies, and women who commit them are finally being held accountable.
Right there, open that right now, bro. You been playing with me, bro. Them twins are not mine. Open that shit, bro. This DNA test for the twins. You know the twins? You said that was mine? 12 years? 12 years? You see this?
Well,
It ain't even. I need it. I don't care, bro. I went to go get the DNA test, bro. Stop playing. Where's the money? I need my money. I don't care. I need my money.
12 years old.
I don't care.
If you want a DNA test, you should have got the DNA test when I laid on the table.
That don't mean nothing.
You was there. It don't matter.
I got this DNA test.
12 years. Who else do they know?
Like, what is that? What is you doing?
Who else do they know?
I need my money.
I'm eating because every dollar I make go
I
about
don't care about none of that, bro. What? Where's my money? Lay that right here.
Clearly you want to tussle.
Like,
You want to tussle.
like, come on. I need my money, bro.
You want to tussle.
that is crazy. She gave me money when I'm in need. 12 years. After 12 years, homeboy found out he was not the father.
Still think this is just a family issue? Think again. Women are now being sued, convicted, and sentenced for lying about paternity. In some cases, men are not just recovering their stolen time. They're watching the women who betrayed them face the full weight of the law.
You care more about me going through your phone than you lying to me about my son not being mine? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? You care more about being humiliated and me finding out that our son is not really my son and that he has a different father. I sure have, because I thought he was my son. Because you've been lying to me this whole time.
What are you talking about? Does it matter?
It does matter. Are you crazy? What do you mean? That absolutely matters. Like, you don't see anything wrong with what you did? You don't see anything wrong with what you did? You've been lying to me. You've been sitting here lying to me for 11. Of course I love him, but I can't. But you guys can't stay. You can't stay here anymore.
Where we gonna go?
I don't know. It's not my problem. 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 You can't stay here. You can't stay here. You can't stay here. I don't know. It's not my problem. I did my job. I did my job. I did my job as a dad. I did my job as a dad. You can't stay here anymore. Y'all gotta go. Both y'all can't stay anymore. No, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. Y'all can't stay here anymore. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta get y'all house. Y'all gotta go. I can't deal with it. I'm putting y'all out. Yes.
Who's gonna put
I'm gonna put you out. I'm gonna put you out. I will pack your bags myself and put you out of here. I will pack your bags. Y'all can't stay here. You gotta go. You lied to me. You lied to me. You lied to me for 11 years. For 11 years straight, you lied to me, having me believe that he's my son. No, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta get up out of here. You gotta get up out of here. No, I can't look at you. I can't look at. No.
Men are coming forward on paternity court shows, on social media, and in front of lawmakers. They're telling the same story, different names, yet the same betrayal. DNA proves the lie. The child isn't theirs. And yet, courts had been slow to act until now. New bills are being passed. Mandatory DNA testing is gaining traction. It's not about punishing women, it's about protecting the Ruth.
New tonight, a bill proposed in the Tennessee state legislature could make it mandatory now for fathers out of wedlock to take a DNA test before signing a birth certificate.
Fox 13 government reporter Kayla Solomon joins us live. Kayla, this bill was discussed and passed in a House committee today. And, you know, it goes back. There have been advocates who said it could solve a lot of problems if it were just the first thing that happens for all babies.
That's right, Merle. And this is also coming on the heels of another child support reform bill that was recently passed that says if fathers fall behind too much on child support, they can now lose custody of their children. Now, I spoke to one Memphis representative who says this is specifically for couples who are not married.
This is a big deal. This is an issue that needs to be fixed.
State Representative Antonio Parkinson says the conception of this bill came from a haircut trip.
You know, I was in the barbershop and this young man stopped me and he said that he was in a long-term relationship. They had a child. They were living together at the time.
Parkinson says the man went on to say that after the kid turned 5, he found out his partner had an affair, and a DNA test later revealed the man was not the child's father after all.
When they went to court over the child support, he presented the DNA evidence. The magistrate, and this is in Shelby County Juvenile Court, the magistrate basically banged the gavel down and said, somebody's got to feed him, and it's going to be you until he ages out of child support.
Parkinson says the man ended up having to pay up to 5 years in child support as a result, and also ended up losing his license, job, and going to jail temporarily. House Bill 2698 will make it so that if a prospective father wants to voluntarily sign a birth certificate, he has to provide DNA test results first. Parkinson says this doesn't only impact Memphis.
The rural district attorneys were looking for somebody to carry legislation to start reforming our child support system, because it's rural guys that are getting hit with these same laws, and it is hurting them.
Now, I reached out to the Department of Human Services for a response to this, and they did not immediately give me a response. Once we have that, of course, we'll update this story for you. Now, this bill moves on to the Senate floor tomorrow morning. Live in Memphis, Kayla Solomon, Fox 13 News.
Kayla, thank you.
Paternity fraud is not a joke. It's not a slip-up. It's a premeditated choice with lifelong consequences. Because there's a difference between making a mistake and crafting a lie. And when you build an entire life on that lie, you deserve to answer for it. And for the first time, the world is watching.
You are shaking.
I know.
Are you okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm perfect.
Okay.
I just want to get it out there. I want to know the truth. She deserves it. She deserves everything.
Mr. Benning, you are not the father. I'm very sorry.
It doesn't matter. I'm still going to be there. I'm lonely when she calls Daddy. You can't change that. You can't take that away.
Mr. Benning, what are your hopes?
I hope Jermaine's mine. I really do. It'd be good to know at least one of my kids is mine.
Well, let's get these results. Jermaine Benning Jr., you are not the father.
What?
And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.